Mike shows strong interest in topics that align with his personal agenda, but tends to disengage from discussions that benefit the broader community.
Basically, since I've been on the board, I've been concerned about our reserve position. Our policy that's been in place for a long time says that we are to maintain a reserve of no less than 60%. One of the things as a board member they tell you in the training is as you have a fiduciary responsibility as a board member to uphold all governing documents, policies, and procedures. Otherwise, you can be held individually liable. So that was the big issue. And in 2021, we were basically at 82% reserve position. And then all of a sudden, when I get on the board, we dropped to, it was 38.9. It was my first board meeting, full board meeting, and it was on the roads. And we were asked, originally it was a $600,000 budgeted item for roads. They added another $500,000 to it. I got that 2 or 3 days before the board meeting. And I had a real problem because at that point, our reserve was 39.8%. But the immediate response back from other board members was, well, we have a 4-year plan to get to 60%. Okay, well then when we got to the year-end information, we are now at, I believe it was 34.19% with a 7-year plan. Okay, and when I first brought up the reserves, there was people on the board, including Greg, that didn't even know we had a policy. And so that was my issue. Here we were at 82% going in, and now all of a sudden we're down dangerously low. And that isn't a personal agenda. That's just protection of our HOA. So that's my agenda. My primary agenda is to protect this association. He said he believed my personal agenda was cost cutting and keeping our costs to an absolute minimum. And we talked about, I said, well, give me an example. And he said, well, you brought up about the guard station and eliminating that. And I said, well, yeah, I did, because it's $100,000 a year and it doesn't provide any security to our community. And I talked about maybe we need to just lock down the gates and eliminate and save $100,000. That was the only example he gave. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I have a duty as a board member to look at cutting costs, increasing revenue, whatever I can do to improve our financial condition.